He took a taxi at midnight. But the driver had been dead for years. It was raining hard that night, the kind of rain that turns streets into mirrors. Neon lights flickered across puddles, and thunder rumbled somewhere beyond the city skyline. Ravi pulled his jacket tighter and stepped off the curb, his shoes splashing in the cold water. The last train had already gone, and the streets were almost empty. He sighed, scrolling through his phone, no rides available. Then, out of nowhere, through the fog and rain, a yellow taxi appeared. It rolled toward him slowly, its headlights dim, the engine whispering instead of roaring. The car looked old, maybe from the early 2000s, but surprisingly clean. The driver didn't roll down the window. He just tilted his head toward the back seat, wordlessly inviting Ravi in. Ravi hesitated. Something about that silence felt wrong. But the rain was coming down harder, and his apartment was miles away. He opened the door and got in. Inside, the air smelled faintly of wet leather and cigarette smoke. "Sector 9, please," Ravi said, brushing water off his jacket. No response. The driver only gave a small nod. The taxi started moving, smooth, almost too smooth. Outside, the city lights passed one by one, stretching into yellow streaks across the windshield. The wipers squeaked rhythmically, SHHK, 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 like a heartbeat in the dark. Ravi leaned back, exhausted, staring out the fogged-up window. Then something caught his eye, a faint movement in the rearview mirror. The driver's eyes. No. Not eyes. Dark shadows where eyes should have been. Every time lightning flashed, his features seemed to change, sometimes older, sometimes younger, as if his face couldn't decide what it wanted to be. Ravi cleared his throat. Do you drive this late often?" The man didn't reply. After a long silence, his voice came out low and flat. "Long nights. Never end." Ravi forced a nervous laugh. "Yeah. I guess not." Then, the radio crackled to life. Static filled the air. And through the static, a faint woman's voice whispered, "He's still in the backseat." Ravi froze. "What?" he said quickly, looking around. But the driver didn't react. He kept driving, hands steady on the wheel. The radio hissed again. Louder this time. He shouldn't be there. Ravi's pulse spiked. "Hey! What is this? Turn it off." The driver slowly turned his head toward the mirror. "I can't," he said softly. "It only speaks when someone returns." Ravi swallowed hard. "Returns? Returns from where?" The driver said nothing, just smiled. A smile that didn't reach his eyes. Suddenly, the taxi picked up speed. Street lights blurred into streaks of gold and white. The outside world began to twist, buildings bending like shadows in a nightmare. Ravi's phone buzzed. He glanced down at the screen. A notification from his right app read, "Trip cancelled. No driver assigned." What the hell? Before he could react, the car jolted violently. The interior lights flickered, and the windshield fogged up completely. When it cleared, the city was gone. No buildings. No noise. Just an endless, empty road. Ravi's voice cracked. "Stop the car." I said stop. The driver didn't move. He whispered, almost gently. "You already reached your stop. Years ago." The taxi screeched to a halt. The doors unlocked with a loud click. Ravi stumbled out, breathing hard. The rain had stopped. The air smelled like rust and smoke. He turned back, but the taxi was gone. Only tire tracks, fading into darkness. He stood on a deserted road surrounded by trees. No lights. No sounds. Then, a distant hum. He spun around, and froze. The same taxi was behind him again, headlights burning through the fog. The driver stepped out slowly. His face was pale, skin sagging, eyes black as tar. "You left without pain," he said with a wide, unnatural grin. Ravi ran. Branches whipped at his face. The taxi's horn echoed through the forest, long, continuous, almost human. He tripped, falling onto a dirt path. When he looked up, a rusted road sign glimmered under the moonlight. Accident site, Sector 9. Victims, 1 driver, 1 passenger. His breath caught in his throat. He looked down at a puddle near his feet. In the reflection, his face wasn't moving, it was smiling. Somewhere in the distance, the hum of the taxi engine faded into silence. Ravi's whisper trembled through the darkness. Who was driving me? If I was already dead? Sometimes, the dead don't haunt roads. They drive them. If you ever take a midnight taxi, look twice in the mirror. Subscribe for more chilling tales, before the next ride finds you.